What is happening, Toronto Raptor fans? Another victory. Another victory. What is going on the broadcast? Jack and Matt Devlin are talking about the play-in tournament. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? We should just be tanking. We should be trying to get Cooper Flag. I don't think we're going to win a series. I don't think we can win a series. I don't know if we're there yet. At the beginning of the year, yes, I thought we were. I don't know what. I've got my predictions here. I cleaned up my office though, so I got to dig them out. They're not just quick reference at my side, but I believe that I had the Raptors like ninth, eighth, ninth, maybe even seventh. I got to dig it out though, because it's possible I was crazy enough to say sixth, but I was talking, of course, if players actually played. And the beginning of the season was totally ridiculous. We still don't have Emmanuel quickly on a regular basis. But as we can all remember, I mean, we had RJ out, quickly out. Barnes was out for a bit. Jakob Pertl was out for a stretch. I mean, the whole entire starting lineup was a disaster. Yeah, still no Emmanuel quickly. Still no Kelly Olynyk. We had a decent amount of our latest 10-day contract Orlando Robinson. Um, Decent again, decent. Ended up with another 4 points, 11 minutes. Not bad. Um, his defense seemed okay, but my point is, I don't know if this team's played together enough to be trying to push for the play-in tournament. I mean, we're 4 games out, supposedly, or maybe 5 games out. Bunch of other Eastern Conference teams aren't doing that well. And man, the Raptors, like, were thriving. Grady Dick, again, though, talking to consistency, you see, this is what worries me about trying to go for the playoffs. And then we got Dick, pulling up 8 points here. Um, or sorry, 10 points. That was his plus minus is 8. 21 from Barnes, 21 from Pirtle, RJ 17, and they're saying there's some crazy stats like Sabonis and Fox are the only 2 other players that have as many 20-point games together as RJ and Scotty Barnes. It's crazy. Um, but great. We did get Agbaji back today. It's actually funny when you get a guy back, but then we lose a couple guys. So it's like hard to compare whether or not it's a positive impact. I'm not sure that he had the best game ever. Again, he was only in for 11 minutes. Still getting his feet under him. 2 points. He was a minus 11. Didn't look like the Agbaji that went down and disappeared. But it's so interesting that you get an Agbaji going down, but then we had no Olynyk and Bruce Brown sort of step in, and suddenly the Raptors are on this winning streak. So then Agbaji comes back, and you're like, do we need Agbaji? It was even looked almost a little disruptive out there with him, which again is probably going to happen when Quickly comes back. But hopefully not. I mean, those guys are top talent guys. It's sort of like with Olynyk coming in and out. They're so seasoned and know what they're doing. But now we haven't seen Mogbo for a bit, which actually I think is maybe a little bit of a positive. Battle is sort of MIA. I guess maybe those guys are getting some minutes in the Raptors 905. I don't watch Raptor 905 enough. I maybe should, at least dip in and see what's going on, who's playing in what games and everything. AJ Lawson also not playing in this one. Um, he's probably just tweet something. But anyway, yeah, Raptors win, man. Zion, had a solid game. 31 points. My gosh, a little more than solid. The guy is thick too, isn't he? Like, you just look at Zion out there. He's humongous. It's ridiculous. People getting Grady Dick even trying to step out there and block that, charge, take the charge. But Grady Dick has done it a few times in the last couple of games. He needs to make sure that he's outside of the uh, restricted zone. And you know what? One other thing I forgot to mention, even off the top, Scotty Barnes. Scotty B. They're going to have to start calling him Scotty D because the reason the Raptors are on this streak is defense. Scotty Barnes has stepped up his defensive game to the point where he won NBA Player of the Week this past week. That's not an easy thing to achieve. I mean, he's never had it happen in his career. I only a few Raptors here and there. have even been given that honor. And yeah, wow, Scottie Barnes. I mean, he's been consistent in the offense. Hitting 20 something plus X amount of assists. I think he's in the double-digit assists each game that week. And his rebounds and everything have been great. I mean, he's 11 rebounds again today, 8 assists again today, 21 points. So, Scottie is solid. I wish he would tone down the 3 points. He was 1 of 7 today, 14% from three. I mean, it's good that he's not hesitating, but how about in practice you don't hesitate? Get it going so that you can maybe get to the level of a Boucher before you start throwing up so many of them. I mean, you can go to the rim, you can attack in the paint. All of those things have been positive for you, but your 3 point is not going great. Whereas Chris Boucher, look at him, 4 of 9, 44.4% from three. The guy is on fire. He's 50% from the floor, not quite as ridiculous as his numbers last game, where he was 70% from the floor and 75% from three. But Boucher, he's on fire. And if anybody's been watching this channel, like my man Les knows, I'm a Boucher guy. I'm a Boucher supporter. I'm even starting to think we don't trade Boucher. I saw another Raptor channel where someone was saying the price is going up for this guy. Why are we ditching him? I like my take on the last game where let's get this guy to become our Garrett Temple. We just let Garrett Temple go off into the sunset. The problem is Boucher is going to want a little more money than Garrett Temple, but he still has a few more years to give. He's 32. Garrett Temple's like 37, 38, something like that. So, let's give Boucher like a nice 3-year contract, 18, maybe 20 mil a year, and then get him, on the back end, being our vet, being our leader, being our guy. Sorry, my little slipper fell out. Anyway, rest of the little team recap. Pirtle is just killing it. Pirtle's having a monster year. Pirtle's having his career best in pretty much everything this year. 21 points. I mean, again, I love Jakob Pirtle. I loved when we drafted him. I really was smitten by him and Pascal's relationship. I remember when they were first drafted, they were on the Fan 590 with Bob McCowan interviewing him, and they actually went in studio. It was a great conversation, and their personalities really were good. So I kind of fell in love with those guys ever since then. So I was happy when we traded Pirtle back, even though a lot of people complained that we gave up a pick to San Antonio. I think the Jakob Pirtle, better than anybody that we would have drafted, especially at center. I mean, some of us forget he was like a lottery guy, right? Wasn't he 5th or 6th overall or something when we drafted him? So, yeah, solid game from him. Bruce Brown continues to at least look tradable, so hopefully that can happen sometime soon. He had 12. I already mentioned Orlando Robinson with 4, but he was a minus 15 in the plus minus, and he looks a little slow and limber. But you know what? Actually, though, impressively, he hit both of his free throws, and that's something for a big. Not even Jakob Pertl can sort of claim that, even though he's got his percentages up. So, do we re-sign him? I guess they said that his 10-day contract ends tomorrow. Orlando Robinson. So, yeah, we probably will re-sign him as long as Kelly Olynyk is injured, because Shamshay is not quite ready enough. Yeah, he didn't play at all today. Jacoby Walter didn't even get into this one today. So, it's confusing. I mean, I guess that's with Agbaji coming back, but man, it's like we're trying to win. We're actually trying to win. How many guys were in the rotation today? Is it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 guys. 10 guys with Agbaji and Robinson seeing the least amount of minutes. Yeah, Scotty, they like keeping Scottie Barnes in, and then he sort of plays with the second unit. It seems to be working pretty well. I mean, obviously, we're 6 of 7. This is getting out of control. I don't know what to do. I'm getting anxious. I think that we should maybe. I'm going to the game next week. Should I do like a who's that? Oh man, I went to go quote the ice skater lady that I'm not going to necessarily stab anyone in the legs, but I can maybe run out there and tweak somebody's ankle or something, so that they can't play for a while. It's easy to get on the basketball court. I'm sure I could run my way out there. I could talk my way down to the floor. But yeah, wow. Exciting Raptor games these days. It is more fun to watch wins than it is to see losses. Overall, RJ Barrett becoming my favorite Raptor. Him and Scottie Barnes, becoming the dynamic duo. Don't know what we're going to do. Davion Mitchell's been getting better and better in these games, so I'm starting to even think that maybe he should play more than Jamal Shed. Just a quick little comparison here because they got both of them up above each other or one above the other here, so I can actually see their stats really comparatively. What do we got here? That's rebound. I mean, what the hell? Shed has more rebounds than Mitchell. How does that even make sense? The guy's like 3 inches shorter. And one more assist. Mitchell had an extra steal, but Shed has an extra block. Shed had 3 turnovers. Mitchell has 3 turnovers. Personal fouls. Mitchell had 4. Shed only had 2. And then you got points. You got 7 from Mitchell and 5 from Shed. I don't know, almost the same minutes, 24:04 to 23:56. Yeah, I think that Jamal Shed has more upside than Mitchell. That's the thing. Well, not physically. Mitchell is a little bit taller on the upside, but as far as development goes, I think Shed could be the guy long term. Anyways, I'm rambling. Raptors win 113 to 104. It's our 6th win in 7 games. I don't even know what to do. I'm trying to put a Leaf jersey on here so that maybe I could bring some, of the Leaf karma over to the Raptors. So maybe we can start losing some more of these games so we can end up with a Cooper flag joining the Raptors for next season, and then it'll be over. We'll be back. Just like if those of us that remember, it was an interesting thing that happened. We didn't actually gain a player when we first went on our run towards the championship. It was getting rid of Rudy Gay that turned everything around. So, maybe something like that could happen too here. We end up trading a Bruce Brown, and then suddenly, even though it wouldn't quite be the same, Rudy Gay was supposed to be our best scorer, and definitely had the ball. He was our highest usage guy, and then suddenly, we make a trade for him, and it was like, what the heck happened? Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan step up, and we all know the history. So, okay, blah 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 blah. Mr. Beast for President, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, send this to a friend, give me a comment. Come on. I know you're all curious what I'm wearing. Maybe you could ask me about that in the comments, and we'll see you guys next time.